With the multiverse fully being cracked open and starting with Spider-Man meeting various different counterparts to himself and the villains we all know, let's talk about one Spider-Man that will not be joining this team. Unfortunately, it is one of my favorites, but I get it. Not a lot of people would recognize him, so it makes sense. So I think some of you are very well aware that Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was not the first live-action version. There in fact was the Amazing Spider-Man TV series on CBS. I actually ended up watching this thing as my first exposure to live-action Spider-Man when I first moved to the United States. I told the story of how my dad took me to a rental place to get a couple VHSs, Back to the Future, the Captain America film, the Amazing Spider-Man 3 episodes were something I also got, so I really loved these and I would constantly watch them on repeat. Now, the star of that series, Nicholas Hammond, has actually appeared as Spider-Man in other projects, voiceovers and such. And recently he was part of an interview where they asked him, hey, with so much happening with the Spider-Verse and the live-action Spider-Man and all that, is there a chance that you will be popping up as your version, your incarnation of Spider-Man in live action? And he revealed that this will not be happening. He said that, what they're doing, that's their thing. But as far as he's aware of, he's not coming back. He will not be Spider-Man or making any sort of extended cameo or anything. Now, there's a couple ways to look at this. One, he's lying, which obviously that's always the one people go to and go, aha, no, he's lying, which, you never know. I guess he could be. I'm going to go on a limb and say he's probably not coming back. I mean, I would love it if there was a nod to him because, again, that series to me is nostalgic, even though it's like the furthest thing away from an actual Spider-Man thing. Like, yeah, you got him as Spider-Man, and that's about it. All the other things going on, the characters, it's really strange and different. But again, the nostalgia factor is there, and this was one of those things in the early days of Marvel that helped establish Marvel as something that's here. They're not going to go bankrupt. This along with the Hulk, for example. And of course, this wasn't as popular, but it has its fans. And I'm hopeful that maybe somewhere down the road, they can do a little bit more with him. Maybe introduce him as a different version of Spider-Man somewhere else. You can always do that. I mean, Spider-Verse 2 or Spider-Verse 3. Who knows how that's going to go? And you can bring that version in because they're certainly teasing a whole lot of Spider-Man in the future of film. So it's possible, and hopefully they're able to do something. I mean, I would even love it if maybe we get a cameo of him being like Uncle Ben or something in one of those multiverses. That would kind of be cool, because he's old enough now to pull off an Uncle Ben instead of a Peter Parker. So, not in No Way Home, but maybe somewhere else.